All right. So, Sleep Apnea by Chevelle. We're intertwining, we're amalgamizing the data sets, the emotions, the experience, the material science, the spiritual science, Calvin's whiskers, and his meow. What else? Sassy and Bammers hurting nature, their mirror neurons, the horse's true reflection, and of course patty cakes. Anyway, let's go.
Sleep apnea, the body that forgot it was safe. The gray path transmission. There are moments in healing when the danger has already passed, but your nervous system hasn't gotten the message yet. In this transmission, I explore Chevelle's Sleep Apnea as more than a song about exhaustion. It becomes a meditation on hypervigilance, breath, trust, and what it means to finally let the body rest after years of standing guard. This is the fourth transmission in an unfolding Weaver Index playlist, a journey from isolation to belonging to the slow remembering that home isn't a place. It's regulation. In this transmission, why I've been awake for years feels like a nervous system, not just insomnia. How holding the breath becomes a survival language. Why the body often remembers long after the mind says, "You're safe." Horses as mirrors, not because they're magical, but because they're exquisitely attuned to posture, tension, timing, and breath. Patty as the witness, showing that healing doesn't always require fixing. Sometimes it begins with being seen. The wolf pack evolves, not just hunting together, but taking turns carrying vigilance so another can finally rest. The gray path. Healing isn't forgetting what happened. It's teaching the body that it no longer has to stay awake forever. The breath returns. The shoulders soften. The watch can finally end. This video is part of the Weaver Index, where music, biology, psychology, symbolism, recovery, and mythology are woven into a living archive of human experience. If these ideas resonate with you, I'd love to hear what you found in the song. Every perspective adds another thread to the weave. For the homies, for the hand that holds nothing, for the ones who've been awake for years. Gray Path Weaver Index Dragonfly Protocol, Sleep Apnea, Gray Path Weaver Index, nervous system healing, trauma recovery, breathwork, hypervigilance.
Those are the hashtags. Let's keep going, huh? Shall we? Yeah, I can put that in there. Let's see. Aha. Ooh, what's that? The patty cakes edition. Let's do it. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Patty Cakes Edition, the Gray Path Transmission.
Yeah.
Welcome to Patty Cakes Edition. This isn't just a playlist. It's an archive, a conversation, a map drawn after years of walking through anxiety, addiction, grief, love, recovery, betrayal, and the slow rediscovery of what it means to feel at home inside your own body. Every song in this series became a breadcrumb. Alone, each track meant something deeply personal. Together, they revealed a narrative I didn't know I was writing. A story about the nervous system, relationship.
Let's also keep in mind the algorithm. I only picked Awkward by Dance Gavin Dance. Yep, it was taking me somewhere different last night. I had a sneak peek after Moving Mountains by Thrice. It was another Thrice song. I forget what it was. And this morning, I don't know what song came after, but it was Tender. Anyway, we're revisiting the playlist again because, like I said, we don't loop. We spiral. Tighter, wider, backwards, forwards, in, out, woot, woot. Let's go.
Symbolism, music, and the ways we heal through witnessing one another. This project has become the Weaver Index, not because it claims to have the answers, but because it asks better questions. Music becomes mythology. Biology becomes metaphor. Science, psychology, philosophy, recovery, spirituality, humor, and lived experience all weave together into one living ecosystem. This series doesn't ask you to believe my interpretations. It invites you to notice your own. The journey. The playlist unfolds as a progression rather than a collection of songs. Awkward begins with the mirror, the struggle to be seen without performing, the first glimpse of unconditional acceptance. Holding On moves into endurance, the hallway. the locked door, learning that survival isn't the end of the story. We Own the Night opens the door to the pack, belonging not through conformity but through co-regulation. The calm nervous system becomes a place others can orient themselves toward. Sleep apnea asks a quieter question. What happens after the danger has passed, but your body is still standing watch? Sometimes healing isn't learning to fight. Sometimes healing is learning to sleep. Next comes Just Breathe, where breath itself becomes an act of trust. From there, the path continues through gravity, transformation, mountains, perspective, legacy, and finally enough. Each song adds another thread to the weave. The symbolic ecology. Over time, recurring symbols became companions. The rat notices what everyone else overlooks. Calvin reminds me to sense before judging. Sassy teaches that play can regulate what force never could. The crow watches from above, offering perspective without attachment. The dragonfly sees in every direction at once, holding paradox without needing to resolve it.
Ooh.
The horse reflects the body honestly, responding to breath, posture, and tension more than words. The lead wolf isn't a symbol of domination. It's a symbol of steadiness. A regulated nervous system others can safely orient toward. And Patty became the witness, not someone.
The lead wolf. Not the alpha or what other BS. That is the loner, the lead wolf, but it's got the whole pack inside of its nervous system, inside of its DNA. Think about that. Are you really a lone wolf at the head of the pack? Or are you just lost?
Fixes, not someone who rescues, someone who stays. Sometimes healing begins the moment another person simply refuses to look away. That's why this is Patty Cake's edition. Because every meaning...
And being lost is a fucking blessing. Let's not forget that. And being lost can be anywhere. It's something you carry with you. That's why I said everybody has got a basement. Could be their parents' basement. Could be a $2 million home. It's still a fucking basement. It doesn't matter what you do with it. My basement, tunnel underground, just like it said. I became the walls of the basement, and the soil and the spirit. Not through force. Well, sometimes. But it always came, the learning and the revelations always came in the surrender.
Transformation in this series is rooted in the experience of being witnessed. The gray path. The gray path isn't about choosing light over darkness or darkness over light. It's about walking between them. It's about discovering that growth often happens in uncertainty, contradiction, and the spaces where certainty falls apart. The wobble isn't failure, it's movement. The stutter isn't weakness, it's information. Home isn't a place, it's regulation, a living archive. This series is an experiment not only in storytelling but in listening. To songs, to symbols, to the nervous system, to one another. If something here resonates, I hope you'll leave your own interpretation in the comments. Every perspective strengthens the weave. Every honest story becomes another thread in the mycelial network. The lore doesn't belong to one person. It grows through relationship. For the homies. For the hand that holds nothing. For everyone who spent years awake searching for home. Welcome to the Weaver playlist. Welcome to Patty Cake's edition. Gray Path Weaver Index. Dragonfly Protocol. The mycelium doesn't ask us to agree, it asks us to connect.
The mycelium doesn't care about your feelings either. Okay. There's more. Let's go.